Here's a CBEST math question. Let's take a look. On the 3 sections of a math test, a student correctly answered the number of questions shown in the table above. What percent of the questions on the entire test did the student answer correctly? Okay, well, remember that to find the fraction or share of questions answered correctly, or the percent of questions answered correctly, we're going to have to find the total number of answers correct, so I'll say the number correct, divided by the total number overall, right? The total number of questions, period. And then if we want to convert that into a percent, we'd multiply it by 100. Okay, so how many questions did we answer correct? Remember, you don't get a calculator on the CBEST, so it's good to get those hand calculations solid. But these ones aren't too hard, right? 17 plus 11, I'm going to add 7 to 1 and 1 plus 1. I'm going very slow because I know for some people it's been a while since we've done math, right? That's going to be 28, right? And then 28 and 20 makes 48. So I answered 48 questions correct. And how many questions were there overall? Well, 20 plus 15 is 35, right? 0 and 5, 2 and 1 is 35. And then if I add 35 to 25, I get 60. So what I end up with here is 48 out of 60. Now, before we start canceling numbers out, which we may have to do down the road, let's do a quick little gut check. Did I get more than half of the questions correct here? I did, right? Because half of 60 would be 30, but I got 48 correct. So right then and there, I can say that the answer is not A or B. Now, this may be going out a little bit on a limb, but did I get 96% of the questions correct here? Did I get almost all of the questions correct? 96% is pretty darn close to 100, but it's not, right? I'm clearly below 96%. So really it comes down to 2. And maybe this is as far as you get because of time crunch or whatever, and you pick a random answer and there you go. But here's one way to do it. I'll show you actually a couple ways to do it. So let's go back to what I said before. 30 is half of 60, right? And I'm going to draw this out on a scale. This may be a little convoluted, and I'll show you the pure math way to do it in a second, but I want to give you this first. 30 is halfway to 60, right? 50% of 60. See that kind of spectrum here? Well, what's halfway between 30 and 60? What's the halfway point between the halfway point and the edge? 75%, which is going to be at 45, right? 45 is halfway between 30 and 60. It's 15 here and 15 there. Now, maybe that's over your head, and that's okay. I'll show you how to do this the other way. But for now, we could say it has to be greater than 75%. It has to be greater than 45. So that means the correct answer is D, 80. But here's the other way to do it, right? I could simplify this down. What's a number that goes into both 48 and 60? Really important to have our multiples down for the CBEST, right? Well, how about 6, right? 6 goes into both of these. And when I divide both of these by 6, I get 8 out of 10, which comes out to 80%. 8 out of 10 is the same thing as 80 out of 100. Correct answer here is D. For more CBEST content, be sure to like and subscribe.